Hello, in this tutorial I'll show you how to make a death counter in your world. This is for Minecraft 1.6.2 and any version later than that. It uses no mods of any kind, just the game is all you need. It works in single player and multiplayer, survival or creative, whether cheats are disabled or enabled, doesn't matter, we'll be able to make it work. Even if your world was created before 1.6.2, if your world is ancient, we can still make that work here. So it's not a problem. The first thing you want to find out is, well, for me, I need to not drown. First, you need to find out, okay, are cheats enabled in my world? Or on the other hand, am I an op on the server? So this uses the scoreboard feature. So if we type in the scoreboard command, so for me, I know, okay, cheats are disabled. Now, if you're not an op on the server, there's nothing I can do, of course. But if cheats are not enabled, well, we can have a workaround for that. So we don't want to permanently alter this world so the cheats are always turned on. We can just turn them on temporarily by a little shortcut here. We just open a LAN world and then turn cheats on like this. Start LAN world. Now, the game is going to be broadcasting if you're in a local network, let's say in a school or a coffee shop or at your house. So someone could join like that. But we do get our cheats turned on here. Now, instead of a failure, we have usage scoreboard. So now we know that it's turned on. One thing to note is that if any of your deaths in the world that happened before the death counter was created, they won't be shown. But that's okay. So what we do is we just do this command here that I'll type out. So that is just saying, okay, we're going to add a new objective to the scoreboard. We're going to give it a title. So, and this title will be displayed in our message. So this you can type as anything you want. You could say fails, you could say failures. But everything else here has to be typed exactly as you see it. There. Now it's tracking my number of deaths. And you might say, wait, I don't see anything. No death counter is showing up. Well, that's because even though Minecraft is now counting it, it's not displaying it. So we have to do one more command. And we can use the up arrows in chat. So we've pushed chi and up. We need one more command to actually display this objective. So we just replace the word add with display. Oh, whoops, I pushed the wrong button. So this we need to keep the same as we typed it before. Whatever we put in, we go set display. And we want it on the sidebar. There we go. 1 death. Now, if you don't have any deaths, that won't show up right away. If you have 0 deaths, that'll be 0. But what we can, and the other thing you can do is you can actually change that number. And it's set to 1. Notice it's set to 1 and not 2, even though I've died twice since starting this video. Because my first death happened before I set the objective, so that one wasn't counted. Only that second death was counted here. So that's why it's at 1. Now, if you need to reset it, say you're adding it halfway through the world, you want to set it to 0, there is a way to do that. We go to players, do it at the players data, put in your character name, the name of the objectives, which we put in as well, and we say we want to set it to 0. And that'll set it to 0. And that's great. Again, and that's everything you need to know to set up a death counter. One more thing I'll show you is that if we disable the LAN world, if we save and quit and come back in, there we go. We came out, we come back in. The LAN is not enabled, and now cheats are turned off again. So as I said, they're not turned on permanently. We just turned them on for a little while to add the scoreboard, and now cheat turned off again. So for example, I can't edit my scoreboard and set it to 0 every time I die. I can't go game mode 1, you know. So we're able to do it and keep cheat turned off and keep it a survival world. And it's still going to track our deaths just fine. Although we don't have to kill tonight either. Now notice earlier in the tutorial that the death counter came up right away when they set the display because I had 1 death. Now, if you don't have any deaths when you create the death counter, you may think, hey, wait a minute, it's not working. I set the display objective and it's not showing. What did I do wrong? You can even try to set 0 and you may think, wait a minute, why is it not showing? What did I do wrong? Well, you did nothing wrong. The system is just set up in a way that if you have 0 score, it doesn't automatically set you in the list. So so basically it doesn't show zeros. It never ever shows zeros. Now to get it to show zeros, we just have to, you can do it without dying. You just have to set it to 1 first, not 0. You see up above in the chat, I set it to 0. It still didn't display in the box. So if you set it to a number and then back to 0, that's how you show it, get it to show you, okay, I actually have 0 deaths. So that's everything you need to know about having a death counter in survival Minecraft. So if you have any positive or negative response, please leave it in my comment section, and I hope you found it useful.